before I do, I just want to show you how well I know this character. This is Mike and I a month ago in Scottsdale, Arizona, when he presented to a group called the Genius Network. And the Genius Network is a mastermind community that I've been in for the last 8 years. I spend $25,000 a year to be a member of this group, where I get to show up and hear some of the best experts in the world speak about different areas, and we get to take those ideas back into our businesses. And I've seen Mike for a number of years. Mike and I have both been members for 8 years. We sat together on a bus to a friend's wedding recently. We've been friends for the 8 years. But every time I see him speak, he blows me away. So I'll read his bio and we'll let him go live. So Mike is going to be presenting on how to use AI to create new income streams, boost productivity, and increase employee effectiveness. Peter Diamandis calls Mike Koenigs an arsonist of the mind. Tony Robbins said Mike is an extraordinary man. He brought me insights on how to reach people on the internet that are so valuable. This is a man you should deal with. Take advantage of what he has to offer. Welcome to the journey of real-world, interactive, practical, tactical AI case studies and mind-expanding live hot seats to show you how to think in AI and how you can use the latest AI tools in your business and personal life. By the time this presentation is finished, you'll know how to save days or even weeks and adopt the most effective tools to create content that generally takes weeks to produce and hours, and to be able to follow up with prospects, build marketing plans, write sales copy, books, produce sales systems, increase revenue, and augment your teams and amplify your personal and business capabilities without being a technical whiz. Mike will share some of his top resources and systems that he's presented to Tony Robbins' Platinum Lions Mastermind Group. He's presented to Peter Diamandis at Abundance 360. He's presented to YPO, MIT's Media Lab, and also had the chance to share with the late 101-year-old Norman Lear about using AI effectively and profitably. So Mike, I'm going to let you dive in, and thanks so much for coming to share. Super appreciative.
Brother, it's nice to be here. First of all, thanks for the opportunity. Hi, everyone. I'm super excited for today. And by the way, for everyone who did the survey ahead of time, I've got lots of data to share with you. And I just can't wait to dive in. So Cameron, I appreciate you so much. And I also want to give Meredith a big shout out because she's so competent and talented as well. My assistant loves you. So let's just get right to it. I'm going to share a couple things with you. One of them is I do have a master document I'll be sharing a little while. I'll show you my screen so you see that I have an order running, and I'm going to get you the live transcript by the time we're done. Also, this is a master document I'll be sharing as well with notes, transcript, all the information, because I'm always using the tools to demonstrate the tools. And my goal is for you to walk away today with a really clear understanding of how you can use AI to accelerate everything you're doing inside the organization you're in, both personally and professionally. So with that, I'm going to just dive in. I'm going to give you some nuggets. Depending on how much time we have, I've got time for hot seats. I'll be answering your questions. Chat with me live. The more information that comes in, the better. Cameron, at any time, interrupt me. Same for Meredith. If you've got some big ideas you want to accentuate or share, I'm all yours. So with that, let's begin with a couple of demonstrations, because I always like to begin with like what's possible first before we get into the specifics that you might be interested in. But this is a video. You know who this person is? Anyone? Marie Forleo?
Marie Forleo.
Yeah, she's kind of a big deal. And she reached out to me the other day, and Joe Polish had reconnected us. And she has a training program that she wants to go international. And she said, what's possible? What can AI do right now? And I said, well, send me a clip and I'll show you. So this is the clip she shared with me. And you'll notice it changes camera angles, which will become more important in just a moment. But here's the open.
Hello and welcome to Time Genius. I am so excited and honored to be on this journey together. I also want to say how much admiration and respect I have for you. You know, a lot of people talk a big game about wanting a better life, but very few actually do something about it. And even less are wise enough to invest in themselves to develop new skills and
Okay, so here's what I did. I loaded this up into an app I'm going to show you right now that is capable of producing near real-time video. But again, her goal is to go international.
Hola y bienvenido a Time Genius. Estoy muy emocionado y honrado de estar en este viaje juntos.
Okay, you notice the R in the Spanish translation. Here's French.
Bonjour et bienvenue sur Time Genius. Je suis tellement excitée et honorée de faire ce voyage en.
And of course, how about a little Chinese?
你好，欢迎来到 Time Genius。我非常激动和荣幸与你一起踏上这个路程。
So one of the messages that I give to everyone these days is it is absolutely possible to go international with your message. And this not only will translate from English to any of these languages, but you can start with any other language. So for example, we could start with Portuguese and go backwards. The application platform is HeyGen, and in a little while, I'll demonstrate a tool that we built with it. But the key thing here is it is absolutely possible now to create multi-channel, multimodal connections and communications. And in the survey details that you shared with me, many of you are saying, like, one of our biggest pains right now is how do we use chatbot technology to service our customers more effectively? But I'm going to demonstrate a tool that we've built, and I'll give you some real life examples of how we're doing that and how you can do it too, because the technology is surprisingly easy to build on top of. The other thing that I did, I created a one-time use WhatsApp group so I can give you all of the stuff that I'm going to demonstrate. Some of it I'm going to do in real time, so it won't all be captured. But here's what you can expect today. I'm going to go through at least 5 tools and strategies that I believe can improve your productivity. And they're all real-world business demos. So these are things we're using ourselves or things we're using in real time with our clients. Again, my goal is to do some live hot seats. I'm going to show you how we've been creating 2 years of marketing content in 2 hours. Again, in my experience, the biggest pain most businesses have are messaging, communications, connections, and dealing with copywriters. How to multiply and commercialize the value of your IP or the organization's IP. I'm going to show you an example of how we 5x'd a sales team using sentiment analysis, and I'm going to give you the scripts and tools to do that. I'm going to give you some ideas on how, if I were starting from scratch today, what would I do to build an AI team? I also have a little demo of how to consume 30 hours of content in 30 minutes. Most everyone I talk to say, how do you keep up with all this stuff? And I'm completely overwhelmed. Raise your hand if that's you. And again, that's where the WhatsApp group is. So if you want to go to that at any time, I'll pop that into chat. Or if Meredith, you can. It's just MikeKoenigs.com/COO chat. It's just to push all this stuff. As soon as we're done, I'll give you the link and the replay and the transcripts. So that's the document. One of these is a worksheet that I made for you as well on really how to amplify your content. And I think it's a way of thinking about AI in your organization. And I know some of you are saying, oh, well, one of the things I'm really concerned about are deepfakes. And like you, I choose to be a delusional optimist, meaning I believe that in general, most human beings are decent and they don't want to do bad things. Over a couple of cocktails, I'd be happy to discuss the downsides of AI, but I asked Scarlett Johansson, well, actually artificial Scarlett Johansson, to say something to you. So here you go.
Hey, COO Alliance, it's Scarlett Johansson. Mike's wife, Vivian, warned me you're about to experience a fire hose of information. Mike is going to go real fast, but don't worry, we'll give you his notes, scripts, and tools. Get your phone out now to capture the screens and take lots of notes. Okay, Mike, you sexy beast, get to work and call me for drinks when you're at the Emmys next year.
All right. So there we go. I just love that girl. But yes, that was totally artificial, done with a deepfake platform called 11 Labs. That, by the way, can be used to create real-time conversational chat agents that you can talk to. And they just have been given a multi-billion dollar, at least over $1 billion valuation, and raised another, I think, $40 million this past week. They are very powerful. My son, Zach, is currently doing AI audiobooks using this platform. I'll show this to you really fast. He's 21 years old. He's been going to school, and he's your typical 21-year-old. He's all over the place. He's dealt with, he's a Gen Zer, but he watched me present a few times and wanted to take a little bit of time off from school. So I demonstrated this technology to him, and while he was watching me speak, and I interacted with him from stage, a bunch of people raised their hands and said, "Zach, can you help me?" Now, mind you, he's 21 years old, but let me show you something here. This is his website. He is doing AI audiobooks, and one of the hardest pain in the butt things to do. Like, Cameron, how long does it take for you to do your audiobook when you record them? And
I just did the second. I did the second in command in studio for 2.5 days. It fucking killed me.
Yeah, it sucks. So this is young Zach, and it's mrzak.com. There's a little interview I did with him. He's doing them in a week, and it takes 10 minutes of audio, and they sound amazing. But behind this, and he's charging like $3,000 for it, which is a freaking great deal. And he's busy. But this whole website was created with a tool called Gamma that he built himself. And I will just tell you that through my lens, one of the greatest gifts we can give our kids right now is the ability to create value at a young age and become young entrepreneurs. And so back to, like, you can look at AI and say, think of all the dangerous things that can happen because of AI. And I say, hey, think of all the wealth and creativity and abundance we can create with these tools. So I think right now we owe it to our kids to give them an opportunity to never be indebted to banks and colleges and systems that effectively enslave them into a system. And instead, let's teach them how to create value when they're 12 or 13 or 14. Okay, I'm going to get off my high horse now, but if it worked for my kid, it can work for anyone's kid. And I'm really proud of them. All right. So here's another quote that I really like. Business is only two basic functions, marketing and innovation. That's Peter Drucker. So that's my central core of what I'm going to be focusing on today, is helping you improve your marketing innovation, but really your systems and your operations at the same time. So the first thing I want to demonstrate for you is a product called theoasis.com. And I'm going to call someone out here right now while I demonstrate this, but and it could be anyone. So raise your hand if you want to find a super efficient way to communicate more effectively with teams, or create newsletters or content, or communicate. There we go. Gomer, do you want to unmute yourself? And I'm going to share my screen. Pop yourself on here. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Gilmer.
Hi, Gomer.
How you doing?
What you do, man? Tell me who you are, where you live, and what your challenge is, and how you'd like to communicate more effectively with someone on your team or the organization.
Yeah, my name is Gomer. I live in Auburn, California, in the northern California region. I work for a fire and water restoration company. We do primarily residential insurance work, restoration work. And one of my top challenges in communication is all the different ways that people want to communicate. So like, it's hard to be clear across the board with everybody in an organization as to what should be a text, what should be in Teams, what should be in an email, how to share the information back and forth collectively together. And which makes it harder on my end, or for everybody to kind of figure out where to keep track of, what threats to keep track of, and how to be efficient with it all, and making sure
good.
staying on top of it.
I'm gonna play Let's Pretend with you right now, and I don't know if the audio is going to come through on here, but we're going to attempt to do it. So the Oasis has a capability of recording content, summarizing it, creating an outline. You can grab all the ideas, create to-dos out of it, write a professional email, a blog post, an article, a pitch deck. It can even write a song. It can write a little TED Talk and a LinkedIn post and find interesting quotes, and even an elevator pitch. And you're like, holy cow, what is all this? So we're going to do a little game right now, and I'm going to pretend I'm you talking to the founder, because chances are capturing all the knowledge, wisdom, and information from someone in the organization is one of the biggest challenges, and then disseminating it in the voice of the founder is also challenging. Fair enough?
Right.
Okay. So if you're going to give me a challenge that you want to solve right now, the number one thing would be what?
Out of what I said earlier?
Yes.
Okay, the number one challenge would be how to keep up with all the emails and Teams messages effectively.
Great. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to record an answer to that. I'm going to pretend I'm an advisor consultant, and I want to disseminate some information or come up with some ideas. And I'm going to start another one right now. But this tool will transcribe and rewrite content in real time. All right. So I'm going to start this all over again. And managing an influx of emails and team messages. Hi, team. I wanted to follow up with you and just tell you a little bit about some great new AI tools that will help you follow up with email and manage all the messages that are coming into your business. Now, there is a tool that you can learn more about. It's called Personal AI, and you can try out a version that is my personal AI at mikekoenigs.com/PAI. I'm going to pop that link into chat right now for everyone. Or if someone can help me with that who's watching. But this is an AI chatbot. You're looking at a different interface, but with it, you can communicate and talk to me. And this thing can learn everything about you. It can also be connected to Gmail and learn your voice or a founder's voice and start having a multi-channel communication. It is a learnable, trainable, personal AI. And by the way, they're funded. They've got about $40 million, but it's a way to have a connection or a conversation. Now, another effective tool that can help with communications is to train a chatbot, also known as a GPT, which I will demonstrate step by step, where you can train it to communicate. You can give it a name. So for example, we could create a Cameron Herold GPT. We could give it a description, give it some instructions, and upload knowledge, and then have a conversation with it. So for example, that I'm going to give you right now is a chatbot that we built for a client that her name is Dr. Amy, and her platform is called The Biology of Trauma. Now, this bot we uploaded her knowledge, And now you can have a conversation with it. So you can say, what are the first signs of overwhelm and freeze response? So this tool, for example, can be used by internal groups. It can be also made externally available to an entire team and or customers. And this thing responds in Dr. Amy's voice with her content. So those are a couple examples of how this can be set up, but it is possible to build bots that are trained in your voice and respond in a multi-channel fashion. So again, I'm going to demonstrate some of those tools with you right now. I'm going to hit stop on that video or on the Oasis product, and I'm going to show you how powerful this is. So it is currently taking the transcript, and we're going to tell it that we want it to write an elevator pitch, grab interesting quotes, maybe write a LinkedIn post about this, a TED Talk, pitch deck, New York Times article, to-dos, ideas, a summary, maybe an explain it like I'm 5, a teach me. And I know this is a lot of stuff. And by the way, it can also be trained to do more. But take a look at this, the elevator pitch. Hello, team. I want to introduce you to Personal AI, a powerful tool that can revolutionize communications. It's an AI chatbot that can learn and communicate with you even in your own voice. Here are all the to-dos. It made a mini pitch deck. Here's a mini New York Times article it wrote based on that content. Okay, all in near real time. This is how I'm communicating with people outside. Here we go. Look at that. Interesting quotes. Now, I finished writing my latest book this weekend with the help of this tool because I would actually perform the audio of my book and have it write and rewrite content for me. And this, by the way, is a great app you can put on your phone. And remember, I am going to put all of this information. So I'm going to do a copy all. And I'm going to go to the live document. Here's my presentation summary. I'm going to just paste this into the document right now so you can have the results. And I will give you all the scripts that I do with you in real time today. Again, I'm going to go down a little rabbit hole with you. Just say, my strategy for all teaching and training is I meta train, meaning every meeting I ever do, I'm running Oasis in the background. I'm also transcribing in real time using Otter. And I don't do homework ever. I do everything in real time now. So my daily process of creating content happens always in real time. Okay. So, yes, I know Taylor just said drinking from a fire hose. I promise I'll give you all the stuff, and I will also just pop in the links so you guys can get all the goodies. Right here, that's the link to the WhatsApp group. And I'll also give you the link to this master document. I'm putting that in chat also. All right, let's continue on, shall we? And I'm just going to check in on a scale 1 to 10. How useful do you believe that might be for you? So I've got just go ahead and type it into chat. And Lacey just asked, can Oasis help build out a training outline? Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to show you a playbook for creating trainings. Okay, I'm getting a lot of 10s here. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So I'm going to give you a couple more nuggets to think about. In fact, here's what I'm going to do in the background. I'm going to continue to run Oasis right now. There is a limit on how long Oasis can record, but I'm going to record the rest of this using Oasis and have it summarized for you, in addition to the fact that you are going to get my real-time transcript. So let's continue on for more goodies. So here's a couple key things. These are some mindsets. So we're going to talk about how to use AI effectively, how to think in AI, because it is a little bit of a language, how to prompt, and how to do something called stacking prompts. This is compound prompting. You'll see some examples in a bit. How to choose and use different AI apps, and how to integrate AI into your business and life. So for anyone who did the survey, these are some of the results, okay? And by the way, that link down there, MikeKoenigs.com/AI survey is where that took place. I don't know if you can pop that again in chat if anyone wants to do it. But what I did is I asked you 3 questions. What are the top 3 unfinished tasks or projects that are bothering you right now, sitting on your desk, haunting you, that you wish were done? And then if you're chosen to a hot seat to use AI to solve any problem in your business or personal life, what would it be? And then I took the Dan Sullivan question. Imagine you and I were to sit down 1 year from today for dinner. What successes are you celebrating? All right. So what I did with that is I just grabbed all that data along with this prompt, and I fed it into ChatGPT and Claude. I will give you this prompt so you can see it, but basically I just literally copied it right out of the Google spreadsheet. And then I basically asked it to give me the results. So here's what your top 5 biggest requests were. So AI and technology integration, operational efficiency, process improvement, strategic growth, and it gave me the percentages as well of the top 5. Some of you asked, how can I use this to create new products quickly? One of them is survey your audience and use AI to look at it, and you can literally build entire courses and products based on the data alone. Now I used another product called Claude.ai. If you're not familiar with it, it's just another AI. And it gave me, for the most part, the same results. But then I said, what are the top 5 hot seat requests? So AI integration for efficiency and automation, strategic business development and growth, customer support and interaction, financial management and analysis, personal and lifestyle management. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate another thing for you right now, but first I'm going to go back to that data because I suspect a lot of you are hands-on, spreadsheet-minded folks. So I'm just going to show you right now, without revealing any personal data, my screen with the spreadsheet on it. Would you like to see that? Just raise your hand so I can see you. Is that useful? Okay, some of you don't care. Not engaged. That's my fault. That's my fault. All right. This guy sucks. All right. So these are the results. Here are the column headers, and then this is the data. And all I did is I selected this stuff like so. I did a copy, boop, like that. And I went to my Chat GPT. And let me see if I have boop, doop, boop, boop. So if I were just to start Chat GPT, and this, by the way, what I'm demonstrating to you right now is you can take any kind of raw data, okay? That's just a blob of stuff. And it can be financial data. It can be just unstructured crap. And here are the headers, like that. Copy. I paste that in. So now I've got all the data, the headers, and we could export this as a little spreadsheet and attach it as well. And then I'm going to go to I created the prompt at the very beginning. I'm going to grab my original prompt that I made. All right, so you can't see this in the background, but that was the prompt that I shared with you a little while ago. All right, so those are the instructions. And one of the things that I do whenever I want to create prompts is I use Siri all the time, and I could I turn it on my Mac. You can do it on a PC, and you can say, right now, I can talk to my chat box and give it instructions and tell it what I want because I'm too lazy to type. And remember, I don't like to do homework. I don't like to do anything that is slow or awkward. And I could do the same exact thing, but I'm going to hit my enter right now. And ChatGPT is taking all this stuff, it's processing it, it's doing its little magic. And now it is analyzing and creating categories. And so one of the most important things about working with this technology is to just play with the data and be willing to be wrong. And sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get, and the prompts are a little bit wonky. But you get used to, again, doing compound prompts and stacking prompts to get to the other side. So I know this is uber nerdy, and I took a risk by showing you uber nerdy things, but I thought as operators, you'd like to see it. And I literally could spend a whole day going through data analysis, but I want to give you another real life example. So just on a scale of 1 to 10 on usefulness, did that give you some insights and some things that you might be able to replicate and use? Just show me your hand. Okay. Not as many, not as many. This is great. Ryan just said something that I totally agree with. I think beyond anything, a lot of tools that you're showing is like playing with today's iPhone in 1990. And that is very true. I'm going to show you some other examples, but I'm going to give you a mindset that is worth keeping in mind whenever you start playing with AI. And I had Samuel L. Jackson make a little something for you today. Here it goes.
What does FAFO mean? Mike shouldn't be swearing on stage, but no one told me I couldn't. Fuck around and find out. You aren't going to lose a job to AI, but you will to someone using it.
All right. I feel the same way. No, Samuel L. Jackson didn't really do that, and I did not license his voice, by the way. That is for demonstration purposes only. Now, earlier, someone asked the question. I'm jumping back. This is a callback, but someone said, can you or will you be able to record voices in the author's voice? That's what my son does. The answer is yes. He'll take 10 minutes of your voice and upload a manuscript and output the entire book, and it takes a little bit less than a week. So that was something that Meredith back-channeled me, and I forgot to answer it in chat earlier. But I'm going to show you another big idea. And this is also known as multimodal. So here's the basic setup. I was at my friend JJ Virgin's event. Cameron knows her very well. He's worked with her and many of her teams. But someone put up a picture of a marketing strategy for doing a webinar, okay? And that literally was the screenshot. You can see it doesn't look all that great. But the whole idea is it starts with advertising and lead gen and then prospecting, registering, and sending out confirmation emails. I mean, it's a lot of crap. And when I look at stuff like this, it makes my head spin. I'm a quick start. So I'm more of like, I got the attention span of a gnat on amphetamines. But what I did while I was sitting there is I took a picture of this thing with this prompt. I said, I want you to take these images and create a step-by-step SOP in detail that can be followed by a marketing team. Now, here's what it did. It literally took this and it generated a step-by-step standard operating procedure from a picture. So you could literally be talking to someone, listening to them, and you could transcribe the conversation or be running Oasis and ask them to describe how they do something and spit out something like this, okay? So then, and I did this while I was at Genius Network. I wanted to do it for you, Cameron, but I didn't know what you want to sell these days. But basically what I did is I went to Joe Polish's website, and I just copied and pasted what was on his website. But it literally could start with an Oasis conversation or an Otter conversation that you're interviewing a founder and just say, tell me what you want to sell and what the benefits, the results, the outcomes are. Give me some examples of some testimonials, what people say. So it's just copy and paste a blob of stuff. Now, these are the transcripts and interviews, just raw, unedited, right from video. Okay, just a bunch of stuff along with copy pasted, it can be conversations, it could be web copy, it can be anything, all right? So I took that blob of stuff along with this, what's known as a compound prompt, all right? So it says, take the following website marketing copy and write a complete marketing campaign based on this SOP written in the voice of Joe Polish. It could be anyone. Start by writing a 5-part detailed invitation email to invite prospects to a special masterclass. Okay, so I'm just telling it, giving it some basic instructions. I paste that into ChatGPT along with the photos. Okay, so it basically says, here's what I'm going to do. And then I say, now create the script outline for a 30-minute webinar. And it literally wrote the script. Now that all came from a photo. So I hope this is making sense of just how powerful this is and how little you need to know about anything. But what's important is that if you just know how to stack these things, there isn't a question that can go unanswered. And it does take some FAFO to get good results. So I'm going to just do a quick check-in, check your chat, and see if there's anything going on. All right, Dave just said, I got so much crap on my whiteboard right now that this could be useful for. All right, I'm going to show you another big idea, mindset. I call it the trillionaire mindset. And it's how to think about using AI in your organization. I'm also giving you a worksheet so you can do this on your own time. And I also would like, if you could, Meredith, just whenever you get a chance, just give me an idea of how many minutes left I have so I can scale myself, okay? So I've got, again, some more cool demos. Here we go. Here's the basic idea. Not that long ago, an immigrant could come into the United States with nothing and build $1 million business and become a millionaire without relying on stealing it through taxes or inheriting it as a king or queen or killing people to do so, all right? The internet created billionaires. I believe AI will create trillionaires. How is that possible? So if you think about looking at a current business right now, if you're a COO, and you just started bringing in a variety of AI tools, I believe it is absolutely possible and reasonable that you can increase your revenue 20% to 200% and make even B-tier employees A-tier employees by just learning how to stack prompts, all right? So one of the things that we do, like every time I speak, I always do surveys, and I'm like, what's the biggest challenge you have? And most people say it's customer support. I wish I could clone myself or my best performers, or creating SOPs on demand, or creating training programs and HR tools. So what we've done over time is just build these playbooks. They're like copy paste tools. So for example, I'll demonstrate this for you. And I'll go behind the scenes so you can see this. Again, I want to be time sensitive to it at the same time. And Cameron said, explain stacking prompts. Okay, good. And so it is easy now in ChatGPT to click on Explore GPTs, click on the Create button, and then paste in copy and content and some basic instructions. All right, so let me demonstrate this for you. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate a GPT that we created that writes 52 weeks of emails. So for example, I could just click this button and say, show me a list of 52 weeks of compelling subject lines to market our products. I'll show you the behind the scenes, but this is a company that sells build to rent real estate. And they build single family, double families, and quads. One of their biggest pains is creating marketing content, and a good copywriter costs anywhere from 75 to 150 grand a year. And it's not uncommon to take weeks or months to produce campaigns. Sound familiar? Raise your hand. So what we did, and again, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes here, is we trained a bot. By the way, this is built right into ChatGPT by uploading several webinars and content that they've had laying around. Okay, it can literally be just about anything. And again, I'm going to go behind the scenes and show you this right now. And I could, so it'll come up with all the weeks. And I can say, now write email number 1. Now write email number 2. And then there's ways of automating that and speeding it up. So let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to go to the passive income playbook. That's what we call it. And edit this. Again, this is how these things work. You give it a name, a description, and I'm going to click on this to expand this right now. But all I did is I have a business description. So I describe the business. Who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? I even include some sales in here. Just their tagline. And by the way, if you don't have this, you can use ChatGPT to help you write it. Then we describe an avatar, the prospect, okay? A busy professional or business owner who cares about family. And then, now I actually did the hard work. I interviewed their sales team and I transcribed all of it to find out what all of their top objections are. And then here's my prompt description. I want you to act like an expert marketing consultant in the description market. And I tell it to what to do. Now look at this. I said, create a 52-week outbound follow-up email sequence outlined in the book, The Speed of Trust. I modeled some other content because here's a dirty little secret. AI, ChatGPT, has basically read everything that exists online. And whether we like it or not, it's also read just about every book that exists. And this just, I know this may look very overwhelming right now, but I'm going to copy and paste this into the transcript for you so you can examine it, okay? And you can model it yourself. But I'm going to show you what winds up happening. So again, I'm doing this for you so you can look at this yourself and model it. Now, those are the notes, and I'm going to just call this AI Marketing Bot Training. Just paste that in. Now you have it. So then I'm going to show you one more thing. This is where I uploaded, because you can click on a button that says upload files and literally just upload raw documents. And then from there, you can say, you know, write as many emails as possible for weeks 1 to 52 based on the training data. Now this thing goes out and cranks stuff. Now, if you're looking at this going, how in the hell am I going to get my head around this? Or you can go to YouTube and start watching videos. And what I tell people all the time is one of the fastest ways to start doing this is to get a fractional AI officer, because in about 2 hours, they can build a bot like this and upload content and grab it and show you how to do it. And it can literally do about a month or 2 months or 3 months worth of work in an afternoon. And then you have it, and then it augments your team. Okay. So again, just if I can see some hands, does that make sense? Is this landing with you, and is that valuable? Okay, good. Just checking in. Checking in with you, Cameron. Is that at least, do you believe that's answering the question for the team? Okay, got a thumbs up. Cool. And again, just text me with the 12:35. Okay, so I've got about 15 minutes, so I'm going to cram in as much high value as I can here. Let me show you the billionaire mindset. So the millionaire mindset, again, is using off-the-shelf scripts and templates to AI-ify your business. And these are things that do not take a lot of time, but literally a half a day can produce $75,000, $150,000 worth of value, but it's repeatable by a B-tier employee. You don't have to be an A-tier employee. So if we graduate to the billionaire mindset, now this is where you appify your business. In other words, if you can create more predictability in your business, you're going to increase the EBITDA value, the multiple value of the business, but you're going to processify it. It's sort of like bringing in EOS, right? Reduce your costs, higher multiples. Now, this is a tool that we built for a client that is in the business of helping scale with, they've gotten presidents, senators, Congress people elected, and now they've taken and applied their wisdom and knowledge to businesses. So they're really, really good at creating momentum, and they can literally get millions of followers. They can expand into bigger markets. I've never seen anything like it. But the challenge is, how do they tell their story effectively? So what we did is we built a bot that you fill out the blanks and you answer questions, and then it follows up with a report that looks like a McKinsey report that's customized for you. Okay, so it tells their story. And if you want to try it out, you can go to reinventfaster.com. Okay, and you can see, I mean, this is really, really pretty. Now, here's the big idea, and I'll demonstrate one we built, which is a tool that follows up with every lead in less than 10 minutes with a video, ringless voicemail, audio, email, WhatsApp, literally, again, multi-channel communication. And I don't know if anyone wants to be
Mayor, watch this part.
Pardon me?
Watch this part, please. No, I said,
Okay.
Meredith, watch this part.
Okay. So is there someone who would like to be my guinea pig? And I'll put this in chat so you can try it out. Just raise your hand. And just so you know, you will have to expose your email address for folks here, but it won't go anywhere else except inside this community. So who will be my guinea? Anyone? Anyone? Raise your hand. Okay. Go ahead. Who is
Travis
that?
Nichols.
Okay, go for it. So, and I'm going to put this in chat for you so you can do it too, and you can follow along. So Travis, let's begin. And the page that it's on, this is one of our landing pages. And if you click on the AI marketing machine, it pops up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to restart this guy. Boop, boop. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so Travis, did you join? Tell me, it's Travis, what's your last name?
Nichols, Nichols.
Okay, great, Travis Nichols. And what's your business email address?
Travis.n.
N,
Yep, at Moxie Pest Control, MOXIE. Pest Control, yep. Add an E after Moxie.
Moxie, IE. Okay, great.
Yep.
First day with the new hands here. First day with the new hands. Great. And we're going to answer some questions. So And you'll see here that we can embed videos to help the customer. So I'm going to just give you the big picture. Imagine a bot that learns the voice of the business, asks all the key questions that can get someone to raise their hand and say, work with me. And you can embed videos, and it can be multilingual as also. So what do? Now's the time to pitch your business. So if you just met a perfect prospect, okay, so I would like you right now, Travis, will you pitch your business for me? Tell me what you do, who you do it for, and what your core value proposition is.
Awesome. Our purpose is to improve the quality of life for our customers, team, and community. We offer premium pest control services, primarily residential, here in the Southwest, and we focus on general pest maintenance and prevention, as well as termite coverage.
Okay. Remember, the goal is to be as lazy as possible. So I just used the tool to transcribe this. And I'm going to copy paste it in here like so. Boop. All right. And one other thing that we'll have soon is, we'll be able to talk to this. So the next question it's going to ask you is, all right, so who is your perfect customer? I want you to describe, if you had 1,000 or 10,000 of your top one or two, who are they? Describe them in detail.
Yeah, these are generally females, single family residence owners, valued at properties valued at 500,000 or more, annual income 75,000 or more, some college education.
Great. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Next. What happens next? Okay. So it's, by the way, it's digesting. It's also researching you right now and learning more about you. Okay, what's a big opportunity you'd love to capitalize on to generate more impact, income, and freedom in the premium pest control space?
More customer referrals to grow our existing customer base.
Great. Is there anything else that would be awesome and super useful?
Converting more of our general pest customers to termite customers and some of our other complementary services.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next question. Again, I want to demonstrate. You'll notice that I'm meta teaching you right now because I don't do anything by hand anymore. It's like engaging and using all these tools together. So what's a big challenge or problem you'd love to overcome to achieve these opportunities? Something that's particularly troublesome or limiting in your quest to expand your customer base and enhance your service offerings. Notice how it's learning what you're saying and creating rapport with you. But what's the big challenge?
It's relatively generic, but there's 3,500 pest control companies, and pest control is generally a commodity. So it's standing out and differentiating ourselves in the market and receiving brand recognition.
Fantastic. That was great. So bottom line, it's packaging, positioning, and messaging to upgrade the perceived value of your business and brand. Okay. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, dreaming big is essential for breaking through the noise in a crowded market like pest control. There we go. Considering your aspiration to stand out and gain recognition, what's a big dream you'd love to realize this coming year, despite constraints like time, money, team, capabilities, or others? Let your imagination run wild.
Be the most recognized pest control company in the Southwest.
What else?
And double our customer base this year.
From what to what?
We're at 60,000 customers, so it'd go at 120,000.
That was great. Fantastic. There. And again, this thing's smart enough to decode just about anything. All right, so here's the last big question. What's your most burning question about implementing AI in your business? If you could wave a magic wand and have AI solve, do, be anything, what might it be? What's the first thing that comes
I
to your
would want
mind?
to, yeah, I would want a marketing plan for more mass marketing that would be more specific for outdoor media, radio media, direct mail to get the name out.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, one of the things that we'll do while this thing is producing the report is I'm going to do that with you and for you. Okay, do you want to put in, we don't have to, do you want to put in your number for a ringless voicemail? You don't have to do that, but
Sure.
it's up to you. Okay.
Yeah. 480 389
389
8949.
Okay, great. All right. So now what it's doing, so you know what's going on in the background, is it is grabbing all this stuff and it is researching you. So it's actually doing customer research. We're using a platform that is augmenting data. It's finding you on LinkedIn as long as that that email is used. And then it's building a custom audio and a video and a downloadable report and emailing it to you. And then it builds a follow-up campaign with all the communications. Now, just so you know, this is something that's custom, but I wanted to show you an aggregate of what's possible. And I'm going to take your stuff and I'm going to actually see if we can't build you a business plan that accomplishes what you want, at least the first part of it. Just to, again, show you what's possible. So again, I put that link inside here, but so there's Travis. Okay, is that your picture?
That's me.
Okay, let's listen to what AI Mike has to say to you.
Hey, Travis, this is Mike Koenigs. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for your interest. I'm putting together a personalized report for you, diving into how AI can be a game changer in achieving your goals. Given your impressive background in banking and operations, I'm confident that AI can amplify your knack for driving change and leading teams. Your journey from teller to director of operations and your ability to navigate significant organizational changes really stands out. It's clear you've got the analytical chops and the leadership skills to leverage AI effectively. Keep an eye on your inbox, Travis. You'll be getting an email with access to your report in the next few minutes. It's tailored just for you, focusing on how AI can further enhance your operational efficiency and strategic planning. Thanks again for connecting, and I'm excited to see where this AI-focused approach takes you. Have a fantastic day, and remember, the future is just an algorithm away.
Okay, pretty cool. So it clearly learned about you, and in a few minutes we'll show you some more. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take our blob of stuff and now what you wanted to do, there are 25. I'm going to see if I can grab this whole blob of stuff. Okay, Travis, Moxie, Okay. So I'm going to just go through order. Oh, even better than that. I'm going to summarize this and make it easier. And I'm also going to show you a practical way that I use Oasis. So again, I'm changing my approach to make this even better. So I'm going to stop where I am in this particular one, and I'm going to start a new one. Okay. So I'm going to start recording. I want you to help me create a marketing plan for a pest control business called Moxie Pest Control in the Southwest. Our purpose is to improve the quality of life for our customers, team, and community, and we offer a premium pest control service primarily focused on residential in the Southwest, and we focus on general pest maintenance and prevention as well as termite coverage. Our perfect customers are women, single-family residence owners in properties that are valued at $500,000 or more and have an annual income of $75,000 or more and have some college education. We want to get more customer referrals to grow our existing customer base and convert more of our general pass customers to termite customers. There are currently 3,500 pest control companies, and pest control is generally a commodity. So we want to find ways to stand out and differentiate ourselves in the market and receive more brand recognition. We need to package, position, and message to upgrade the perceived value of our business and brand. Right now, we have 60,000 customers, and we want to double to 120,000 in the next 12 months. So I want you to produce a marketing plan for more mass marketing, for outdoor media, radio, direct mail, and online to get our name out and grow our business. All right, so that, by the way, is a pretty damn good prompt. Fair enough?
Mike, we have about 1 minute and we have to wrap.
No problem. I'm going to grab that. Copy. Now watch what I do. And I want to be respectful, so I'm going to paste this into Claude. I'm going to paste that same thing into ChatGPT. And I'm going to show one other cool tool. And then I'll go back and I'll close with, this is a tool called gamma.app. I'm going to click on generate. This thing can create a presentation. I'm going to just paste in you can do a presentation, a document, or a web page. Okay, I know I'm going to run out of time, so let me just show you what this has produced already. Okay, brand differentiation, storytelling. So it created an outline of what to do, and then we can dive in and ask it more questions. I like to talk to multiple consultants at once. There's ChatGPT. There's Claude. I can expand on this. I'll show you one last thing to close. This is the report. That's the video with virtual AI Mike.
Hey, Travis. This is Mike Koenigs. You've got a vision to make Moxie Pest Control the go-to name in the Southwest, doubling your customer base to a whopping 100.
I'll put this link in chat so you can review it at your convenience. And lastly, it found him and it wrote a report about him and for him, completely contextually relevant. So I'll summarize and finish off, hopefully right on time. It looks like I'm over 3 minutes, but my apologies, Cameron. The bottom line is, right now, the most important thing you can do is just expose yourself to the tools and start experimenting. With your permission, Cameron, I can give everyone one of our trainings. It's actually from a product that we made that'll go deeper and show some examples. It's not a pitch presentation, it's pure content. And then I'll give you the rest of the downloads and some other past presentations.
That'd be amazing. Thank you, Mike. I know we've got some questions from the group, so I want to just, if you've got a question, go to reactions, raise hand. We'll get some questions, and then I want to have 15 minutes for group discussions before we wrap this month's call. So anybody with questions, put your hand up. James?
Yeah, my question had to do with security. And so if I'm uploading like company content, which GPT tools would you recommend doing that so that we know that it's not going to be shared?
Yes. Claude does not learn from your data, and it is HIPAA compliant. that other demo I did earlier, that one called personal.ai, where I gave you that example. I'll pop that back in chat. With that, that one is a personal large language model, which learns from your stuff, and it's not available, accessible anywhere else. But again, that's a longer conversation, but that is basically the short answer.
Okay, thanks.
Clay?
Next. Yes.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you recommend an app, an AI app that will take text or bullet points of a process and create a visual process map?
Yes. So there is a Chat GPT. Now I'm going to just first of all tell you that they are rough right now. There's a bunch of tools. I'd have to research them. If you ask that question in the WhatsApp group, I'll find some solutions for you. But there are some free GPTs, so you can actually type in at ChatGPT, and I'll just show this. I'll get you down the right path, and then again, I'll ask my AI team their recommendations. So if I type in diagrams, like Canva, for example, here's one called AI diagrams. It's got 8,500. Here's another one called Show Me. So you can say, create a mind map of something. You can paste in some copy, and it'll at least take a stab at it. Canva also has a custom GPT. So that's the short answer. But there are tools, and they're getting better. I'd say diagramming and complex images are still a challenge, but they get better every week and month.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cameron had a good one. There's an AI for that, and there are also AI GPTs that answer questions that you can say, hey, is there a GPT that will help me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I
Any
love
other
doing that.
questions?
I love writing that question right into ChatGPT, and then it gives me tools to look at. Mike, you're up.
Okay. So there's a million, it seems like there's a million tools out there, right? And every day there's more tools, and I'm putting security and all that. Putting security and all that stuff aside. If we wanted to dive in and kind of focus and use and learn, let's say 1 or 2 tools, I think I know the first answer, but what would you advise?
Okay, so it's definitely, that's a really good question. So it's ChatGPT and Claude are kind of my go-tos for most things, and learning how to create now these custom bots. And then Zapier. Zapier can be built into anything. So you can get any data into anything and back and forth. And I have a strategy I put in the follow-up document. I call it my 30 in 30. It's how to consume 30 hours of content in 30 minutes or less. And it's how I digest information. So honest to God, here's how I learn almost everything. I go to YouTube and I type in what I want to fix, solve, or do. And then I use the strategy to digest it. And I turn videos into SOPs that then I feed into ChatGPT. So I'm processifying everything all the time. Yep, I can give you more details in a follow-up. Just put it in the WhatsApp. Who else?
Hi. Hi, Mike. Thank you for all this. It was kind of like overwhelming in a good way, like, oh, there are so many tools that I'm wasting time, and also my team, right? We can work efficiently. So that's my question. What will be your advice to first introduce this, so they are not afraid, they understand we need them to integrate these tools. So, and I know they might have different needs. So what will be the best first step?
Yes. Okay. So, here's what I've been telling everyone. First of all, the most effective is to get a fractional AI officer into an organization. That's usually the fastest way to, like, here's my problem, and have someone to do it with you and show you how. And that it's going to sound self-serving, but I built all the stuff that I wanted and I needed. I started creating training programs so I could absorb it. I started doing that. But getting like a nice tech nerd, either part-time or full-time in an organization who can help interpret your needs and do it with you is the fastest way to get to the solution, and then identifying the biggest pains and challenges and finding a way to AIify them. Short of that, it's just starting to use ChatGPT and like Oasis, and I literally just talk to Oasis. I have it decode what I'm saying, and then I paste it into ChatGPT, and it starts building a solution. I've turned this into a conversation. So getting used to treating ChatGPT and Claude as a consultant. And again, if you imagine you can have multiple consultants next to you, that's its immersion is the long-winded answer, but the short one is get a fractional AI officer. It makes a huge difference and it's fast.
Lacey, thanks, Mike. Lacey, I'm going to give you the last question because you've got 25 of your team going through the Invest in Your Leaders course. So you bought yourself another question. Go up.
Thanks, Cameron. Mike, how can I get a hold of you after this? We are launching like the AI project throughout our company, and our CEO is heading it. And I think that you guys connecting would be fantastic for this project for the year. And I just want to know how I can do that.
Okay. I put my email in the into the chat. And that's at least the place to start. And my assistant will keep an eye on it. I'm going to be with a client the next 2 days. I'll be immersed, but I will follow up and just be specific in there. And I'll direct you to the right solution. And again, for Cameron, I'm going to just give you I'm going to get you this training that I promised. And then some more videos to immerse yourself in that. Again, if I were in your spot right now, getting my head around like what makes sense, that's my goal, is just to figure out how to give you as much in 1 hour as possible. And I know this is overwhelming today, and I wanted to like answer as many of the survey questions as I could just to get your hands dirty. So I both apologize and I don't apologize for the fire hose.
No, it was great. I'm excited to take this on.
Okay. Well, thank you. And
Thank you.
Cameron, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. I do not take it for granted. And congratulations on building an amazing community. And again, I want to thank Meredith for your incredible competence and support.
You're welcome, Mike.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. And hope you're a brilliant marketer. I hope you like our marketing backgrounds here for you.
Oh my God. It's so smart. You are so freaking
Cool, right?
good at this. It's nuts. It's
I hang out with you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Appreciate it. See you, bud.
Appreciate it. I'll see you,
All right.
everyone. Bye-bye.